Good morning, my name is Steven.
And my name's Jalen.
And today is day 4 aboard Discovery Princess. We're here in the beautiful Ensenada, Mexico, a place that I have been way too many times. If you didn't know, if you haven't been following along with this series, we did initially have a shore excursion booked, but it did get canceled, so we might just head off in the port, walk around, give Jalen an opportunity to actually look at Ensenada, given that
I've never been here.
She's been here like in port, but we never got off the ship and explored. But I'm kind of becoming a little bit of a local expert because I've been here way too many times.
Way too many.
That's why we're gonna go ahead and show you what we could do in the immediate vicinity of Ensenada. And then today we are starting a little bit late, I'll be honest. It wasn't because we slept in, well, we did sleep in a little bit, but we have been shooting a ship tour, which we are gonna try to implement more of these ship tours on our channel. Keep an eye out for that video whenever it does come out. I know we have a lot of content that we're trying to push through because we have a lot of cruises to do. But this one will be out sometime in the realm of this video. I don't know when, but you know me with uploads, we'll see it.
It'll happen at some point.
So it's actually already noon. We haven't eaten yet, so we're probably gonna eat either in port or somewhere on the ship. We're not sure yet, but we'll be getting off real soon. So we're gonna finish up a few shots for the ship tour, and then we'll be heading off for the rest of the adventure. Sure. Goodbye, Discovery. We'll see you real soon. Oh man, these ramps are always steep. So this is Jalen's first time in Ensenada. Well, this will be the first time she's walked out the gates.
This is the farthest I have been.
Yeah, this is already, every step of the way is the furthest she's ever been. So we're actually talking about some recommendations when you get off in port, what to do, where to go. Because because Princess in general is usually a very port intensive and very they're all about the destination. You know, the ship is great and all, but the destination is really important, the culture, everything about that. So we're gonna spend that time doing Ensenada. I've done Ensenada enough times that I feel like I know a few things. I'm not like a professional, obviously, but I might know a thing or two. So that's what we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna talk about everything that you could do within Ensenada. Starting with, if you wanted to go to downtown, it is a $4 round trip fee to hop on one of these buses. It'll take you right down to downtown, and you don't have to walk, and you get to pretty much go down there for cheap. So I'm not saying that that's not a bad option. The shuttle is great. I've done it before in the past. I do like the shuttles.
Guys, grab personal shuttle, guys, if you guys don't do anything special.
I appreciate, thank you, but I'm okay today. So they run the shuttles pretty much every 15 minutes. They'll head down to downtown, they'll drop you off in an area, and they'll pick you up every 15 minutes heading back to the ships. Again, I've done that in the past, it's great, I like it, but you know, when you're here, Ensenada is actually a fairly safe place to be, and I think walking is a really good option. Of course, if you can't walk, the shuttle's a great option, but it's only a couple miles. It'd be about a 20-minute walk to get to where they drop you off. Maybe even less depending on how fast you walk, but I'm Steven and I'm slow, so 20-minute walk. So behind us are some really cool fountains that at night, if only ships stayed at night, which they don't, they do light up and do some really cool water fountain shows with music. It's kind of cool. I wish we were here late enough, but ships don't quite stay that late, so usually Ensenada is the last port on a cruise itinerary, or it is the only port on a cruise itinerary, and they usually want to leave by about 5 or 6 at the latest. So Ensenada is actually a fishing town. That's like their main export next to tourism. So you'll find a lot of seafood here. This is actually where the fish taco was invented.
Really? Or are you lying?
No, really.
Actually?
You didn't know that? Thanks
No.
for watching my video. So yeah, the fish taco was made in Ensenada, created and invented. It came because the Japanese brought the idea of tempura to Ensenada
tempura.
because this was such a major port in Mexico. They taught the locals here how to make tempura, and of course they made tacos out of it, and that's how we got the fish taco made here in Ensenada. So right behind Jalen, actually I guess right there, is the black market.
Black market?
Funny enough, the fish market here is just called the black market, of course in Spanish.
Interesting.
But it is actually just a fish market. It's just what became
so no
known.
organs here?
Unfortunately, yes. There's some history about it, why it was the black market.
Unfortunately,
because that was
no.
the only way to sell fish. You know, it was like they were doing it away from the government in a way. So that's why it's called the black market. And they just kept the name ever since. It's not illegal. This fish market's totally legal and licensed, but that's why it used to be, back in the day, of course.
Gotcha.
The cool thing is about the market is that on the left side there's restaurants, and then on the right side is where the catch is. So you get all the fresh catch, take it right over there, and you have all the fresh tacos, seafood, whatever you want. You can probably find in one of these restaurants. I've actually personally eaten here before, and they had fish tacos, and they had lots of salsa. It was honestly really good. I do recommend it. It was pretty pretty affordable, I would say. But is that really where I would say you should go? I don't really know. I'm still kind of learning as far as the restaurants are concerned. Definitely, if you have any advice on where to go eat, please leave it down in the comment section below on what your experience has been if you've been to Ensenada. Of course, if you haven't, that's always a safe bet here in the fish market. But we're not going there. We're still moving on forward. So we're actually kind of backtracking just a little bit because like the flag is right there. Fish market's way back over that way. But we're trying to meet up with my family. They're at a place right now eating. So they got off earlier than us because we were just busy doing other things. So now we're trying to find them. Of course, we don't have data, so we're kind of going off of the landmark way, the landmark way of finding things and navigating. So good old fashioned. So they actually went to go eat at Guadalajara, which is just down the street from McDonald's, right over there. Just keep on heading down. And now we're gonna go ahead and try to suicide cross because, well, jaywalking is legal in Mexico. I want to say that Guadalajara was Scott's choice because I don't think my parents actually know anything about Ensenada or where to go. We'll see if it's any good. First time here. Good morning.
Morning.
Oh my gosh, everything's like $188, $200. That's crazy.
That must be a really good taco.
It's actually in pesos. The exchange rate is about 20 to 1, so it's not actually 188 US dollars. But Ensenada does take US, so be aware of that. You don't need to exchange into pesos. You could, it would help, I'm sure, but it's not necessary. Everywhere in Ensenada takes US.
We got tacos. They look so good. We got 2 carne asada and 1 pork. We each got the same thing.
So the cool thing is about this restaurant is that they have the tacos, and they come plain, and you load it up with your guac, your cilantro, your onions, lime, whatever you want in it. Salsa as well, which is eating from your eating chips. Yeah. What an impressive little taco.
This is so fun. That is so good. That's literally the best taco I've ever had. This is also the first taco I've ever had in Mexico. We've never gotten food at any of the Mexican ports ever before. First taco in Mexico. This is so good. The asada is cooked perfectly. It is so tender, and then the flavor is just so good. And the tortillas, amazing. Best tortillas I've ever had. These are so good.
Okay, so I had the beef taco already, fantastic. But now it's on to the pork. I should have built it before we started recording, but I don't know, phenomenal. Jalen was right. The tortillas are the best. They are so good. Everything is just amazing. I prefer to have it the traditional way, onions and cilantro. I think that's the best way to do it. And then maybe a little bit of lime as well. Adds to it, but you don't need it. I mean, just having the pork itself would be fine. I think I'm gonna have to go with the pork personally. It's shredded. It's not dry. You would think it's dry usually. Like when we were back home, we get tacos like this. It would be dry. This is moist. It's fantastic. The flavor is honestly a little bit better than the beef. I'm gonna have to go with the pork on this one. That was Guadalajara. What do you think?
Oh my god, the food was so good. I am so full. Their chips were the best chips I've ever had.
Yeah, I am so full on those chips. Oh my gosh.
But I'm light and their salsa was spicy.
That was a good recommendation. I'm glad we found them and ended up eating. So, oh man, so full. We only had 3 tacos and lots of chips, which lots of chips kind of made up for it. But now we're gonna kind of walk around a little bit. We'll talk a little bit more about what other options there are than just walking around downtown. But we'll get to that. We'll get to it, trust me. We're just gonna try to regroup a little bit after that meal. Oh my gosh, so good. So we stopped by in the store because they had the Medallion Pay sticker and we really want to try it.
Yes.
So we're gonna get something, we're not sure what, something cheap just for demonstration purposes.
Okay. I think we are gonna get this plate. These are all really beautiful and they're hand painted by finger. And it's an older gentleman that does it. And they display them in their shop for him so that way, you know, he can sell them. And this one's so pretty. I really love the sunset, and the bird I think is my favorite detail on all of the plates. The waterfall's beautiful, the flowers, and I like the size of it too. Not too big.
You can put your medallion, please. Okay, Steven and Miss.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
You as well.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, so we just used Medallion Pay at that store. Oh my gosh, that was the coolest thing ever.
That was awesome.
So I want to note, you'll see the Medallion sticker. I mentioned it. You'll see it at the store, and that's when you know that you can do it. There's quite a few stores. There's a lot more than I thought there was, but I'd always seen the Medallion, and I've been on other cruises, right, seeing the Princess logo, like wondering what that was. But now we actually did it. All you have to do is tap it, and actually, even when you walk in, they can see who you are.
Yeah,
it's actually registered.
They knew who we were.
Just like the crew members know when you walk up, they know who you are in the stores as well. So that's really good. It makes you feel a lot more safer because you know that it's Princess approved stores, and they're not really messing around. You know what I mean? Like, you know you're a little bit safer, and they know who you are too. So, you know, it's a lot better of a transaction, I feel, when you know that Medallion Pay is enabled at that store.
Yeah.
So, really happy that we got to try that. So now we're gonna head on over and try something and find other things to do. So this over here is the old casino. So back in the day, before cruising and whatnot, Ensenada was a popular tourist place during Prohibition. So that was when gambling was banned. That was when drinking alcohol was banned as well. So people, the rich, would fly down to Ensenada on a plane, an express flight here, and they would come to this casino right here, and that's where the action would happen. But now it's a museum. It just is a museum. It's no longer a casino. It's not active. You just go here and you kind of take a look at the history that Ensenada has to offer. This is a big part of Ensenada's history. Of course, this also too used to be a beach back in the day, but now it's obviously no view of the ocean right there. And then beyond that building is where the ships are. So things have definitely changed over the last few years, but for the last few decades, I mean, and it's still a place to come and for community locals to go here and celebrate community things, rent it out, that kind of thing, or just come here as a museum and take a look at the old history. But like I said, the Margerita was actually invented here because the owner was named Margaret, and she didn't like tequila, so they found a different way. They found a way to do lime and blend it together with tequila, and that's how we got the Margarita. It was named after her. This is the actual place, not the other one that I've said in the past. This is the real one, trust me. I know now. I've come a few times to figure it out. So over there is, which is really crowded right now because there's a tour that's in right now. This is where the first margarita was invented, and I think they're doing samples and doing some tastings, I'm sure. But you could always buy it for sure. It's pretty good, I think. I don't know. I don't drink. Last time I was here, my friend Jared ended up trying it. He said it was really good. He liked the margarita. Good blend of tequila, like enough tequila in it, and then the frozen part was good, I'm sure. I don't know. Again, like it sucks that we don't drink, but also personal choice. We're not going to change that. That's why we bring other people who do drink to test things out. So if you were really curious about that stuff, check out the last video. So this is where the casino was actually held. Now it's just kind of like a stage area, chairs behind over here, but what they would do is the layout would be tables all the way around. As you notice, it's like an octagon in here, and the reason why is so that way up there you could see a little tiny hole, and that's where the security cameras were, because back then there were no cameras, obviously, right? So there would be a guy standing at the top looking straight down at each table checking for cheating. So that was a smart way to do security and like watch all the tables at the same time, because when you go to a casino, just future reference, if you didn't know, they are watching your every move at the table. And back in the day, there was no cameras. So it's really kind of cool and how smart they were to make sure that there was no cheating, nothing happening, that everything was clean and in the house's favor. Of course.
Sorry, I was walking around. What is it, those little holes up there?
Yeah, the little holes that are around. Huh. That's your old-fashioned camera. Put a guy up there looking down. Wow. It's crazy. And of course, people down here would be none the wiser. So everywhere you see a hole, that's where you'd see a table. Personally, I think the best way to experience this place is through a tour. You could do multiple ways. You could do it through the ship as an excursion. You could do it as one of those walk-up ones. There's many tour guides that are willing to do it, and there's a bunch of groups that I'm sure you could join when you get into port, or if you pre-plan it, whatever. But if you can't, it's free to come in. You can go ahead and walk around, take a look at the pictures, and I hope some of what I've explained to you gives you an idea of the rich history that's actually in this place.
But if you have a tour guide, they'll really, like, in the moment tell you and point the things out. And I know. I would love to come back and do a tour because although I have my own little tour guide, it'd be cool to actually like do a group tour here because history's pretty cool and it's actually really unique, like what this place is and everything it represents and stuff.
So I just wanted to take a moment and talk about what else can you do in Ensenada, because yes, we walked down the main drag of downtown. We came to the casino, of course, talked about the history here. We talked a little bit about the food options you could do, you know, some of the background of the fish market. But okay, you don't want to do a walking self-guided tour, whatever, that's fine. I totally agree with you. There's definitely many other excursions that you can consider doing when you're here in Ensenada that you can book through the cruise line or of course through a third-party company. I don't have any recommendations for third-party companies, do not ask. I always generally do excursions through the cruise line because I trust that company. I've come to love a lot of the tour guides there, so they don't pay me to say it, but I do recommend those tours with the company through the cruise ships because the tour guides are phenomenal. I haven't had a bad one yet. One of the more popular things to do here is La Bufadora in Ensenada. It's a 45-minute drive to the blowhole. That's what La Bufadora means, the blowhole. It's not the most exciting thing in the world. We've done it before in the past. You could check out that video if you're really interested. Ultimate thing is, by the end of it, will you think it's worth it? Maybe not. I mean, it's just like a cool little area where there's a lot of shops that you can walk down to get to the blowhole, and then you can see some water squirting up. I mean, geysers are cool, but I mean, it's not like the most phenomenal thing that you should go out of your way to do. The other options you can consider doing is actually going to be the winery tours. You can try some food, go to different wineries, you can try the wine, of course. That's the really popular one to do. We don't drink, of course, so that's something that I've never done. And if that's what you want, you're interested in wine, sampling wines, maybe even possibly purchasing it, and consider doing those tours. Could do the downtown tours. I don't necessarily recommend them, but they are good if you want to get a rich history and get, you know, check out places like this, go to the fish market, that kind of stuff. I think personally the best one that I have done was a Skagway tour with Carnival Radiance. That's a really awesome video. They still do the Skagway tours. We saw Healed, the tour guide that does those, still out and about running them, so I'm excited to see that still going. They are tough to book because only 4 people per tour can go. So very limited. You got to book ahead of time. You got to be on it. You got to know that's what you want to do. That's my favorite tour ever. But those are a few ways that you go check out Ensenada. We just did the self-guided walking today. I mean, we've done many different things on this channel. Check out any of those if anything sounds interesting to you. Oh yeah, and then of course I talked about the walking tequila tour. We sampled tequila last time. That was a really cool video. That one just recently came out not too long ago. Great tour. We had fun. My friend Jared tried all sorts of different tequilas. But we walked through the town, did the same thing, had a tour guide. When we walked, instead of self-guided, it was walked. Today, we pretty much walked that exact route, plus some more, and we did it on our own. No tour guide, just me.
For the walking.
Yeah.
But the tequila was through the tour.
The tequila was through the tour. We didn't do that today, of course. Anyways, we're gonna start heading back to the port. I think it's time to start getting back on board Discovery Princess. We spent a lot of time here. We've been gone for about a couple hours, so I'm excited to get back on board, I must say.
Just like that, we're back aboard.
Now what?
I would say food, but I'm full. Really to the room. Let's go to the room.
What did you think of Ensenada? Did you like it?
Yeah, it was my first time like going into Ensenada, and it was actually really cool. They had like a lot of shops to do and some amazing food and like some really historic things to learn about. So I highly recommend. I know like sometimes we're like, or some people are like, oh, it's just Ensenada, but I do recommend if you've never been to go check it out. Maybe get a guided tour or something, learn a little bit of your history because it's actually really interesting and cool.
Would you get off in Ensenada again?
Yeah, I want to do a tour.
We'll look into that for the next visit here, but until then, yeah, I just heard them slide in the ramp. Sorry, completely unrelated topic, but until next time, Ensenada, we'll see you.
Bye!
I guess that's it for now. It's time to already head off to dinner already.
Yeah, it's already almost 5. We're gonna be so late, actually.
Yeah, so back to dinner, and yeah, more food. Good evening.
Okay, first I want to say I'm sorry, I am so tired. I got the shrimp cocktail, which is on the Princess Favorites, so it's here every night. It's not just like specialty, but I didn't really, want any of the special appetizers. So there's quite a few shrimp in here. It looks like it has like a red sauce on it. So let's just try it. Also, it's cold because it's shrimp cocktail. That's actually pretty good. The flavor of the sauce, the cocktail sauce, is really excellent. And the shrimp has a great taste and a great texture. I wasn't hungry coming into this. Now that I'm tasting what this tastes like, I'm actually gonna really enjoy it. I thought I was gonna be like, one bite and I'm done. No, I'm actually gonna eat this because it's really good. All right, we decided to hop out of main dining to go grab our final charm from Effie. We have our bracelets on and they look amazing. Luckily, they grabbed me one from last night's because I missed it. So now it's time to go get our final charm. We have tried so hard getting all these charms. I'm only missing 2 and it was from the very first day before I even knew this was a thing. And it actually takes so much work and dedication to get all these charms. I am so happy about it and it is so cute and also a free souvenir. Can't go wrong with that. Let's go get our final charm. I forgot to vlog it, but we got our final charm. It is this beautiful whale tail. It's like a gorgeous turquoise color. We love it. We're all obsessed. We ended up almost all of us getting up and going. But now that we got our final charm to finish off our bracelet, we are back in the dining room ready to eat some dinner, which isn't even here yet, so we didn't have to rush away at all.
Alrighty, we have the trout for dinner. I'm glad I got a fish a little bit on the lighter note. I am really, really full. Looks pretty good. Filled apart perfectly. I had a knife, but I didn't even need it. I could have just been fine with a fork. It's a little underseasoned, I'll be honest. I mean, trout is trout. It's solid fish, solid white fish. It's not too fishy, not as fishy as the rockfish that we had a few days ago, but certainly not seasoned as well. But it has almonds on it, which is kind of a cool thing. I kind of enjoyed that. Almonds.
Yeah?
All right, so I actually got 2 entrees. Yeah, last night I couldn't decide between the pork or the beef, so I just got both. I am so full, but I feel like I'm gonna enjoy both of these because they look amazing. So first we are gonna start with the beef tenderloin. It looks so good. All right, let's go ahead and try it. The flavor of the sauce, oh my god, it is so good. And then of course the beef, it's cooked to perfection. It is very tender, very juicy, just beautiful, and the flavor is impeccable. I'm gonna enjoy this whole dish. I do want to try this. It's like a rice. I don't really know what it is, but I'm curious, so let's go ahead and try it right now. Okay, it's like a rice, almost like maybe like a rice pilaf. Is that what it is?
Like a risotto, maybe.
Like a risotto. It's similar to that, and it's actually really good. I really like it. That's it for my my beef plate. Let's go ahead and move over to pork. Pork tenderloin. It strongly reminds me of the pork tenderloin that we had on the first day by presentation. And I'm just gonna dive right in because I know it's gonna be, oh, I did not even need a knife. That just pulled apart. That's gonna be so good. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Why? This is so good. I'm so mad that I love both of these dishes because I should not eat them both. But they are so good, I probably will. This one, flavor is beautiful, texture is beautiful. It, like I said, it literally pulled off, like didn't even need to cut it. It is perfect. I don't know, both dishes are beautiful dishes and I'm gonna enjoy both of them.
If you would please raise your phones and twirl your napkins in the air and join me in celebrating the time-honored tradition of the Baked Alaska Parade. Give it up for your assistant waiters and waitresses. Please give it up for your chefs and galley team. Please give it up for your very own waiters and waitresses.
Okay, so we were literally just talking and the lights dimmed and I thought the power went out or something. I don't know. I had no clue what was about to happen. And then all of a sudden the assistant cruise director came on and they had what is it called? A Baked Alaska parade. And so like a bunch of servers, like all the servers and like kitchen staff, like back of house kitchen staff came out and they had like a Baked Alaska with like a candle, like a fake candle in it, and walked around the whole room. And then at the end they all lined up and they were introduced to the dining room basically as like the assistant servers, the servers, and the cooks. And it was really cool because it was like we actually got to see the back of house like employees get recognized, and then they also like had a special recognition for like the executive chef and all of those those people, and that was really cool. I had no clue, like no idea that they were gonna do that. I was like, what is happening? The parade? Like, I was like, what? This is so cool. And then that they announced everyone, and we did a toast, and oh my gosh, what he said was amazing. I'm obsessed. It was about friendship and stuff. It was beautiful. I want that like written on my wall as a quote. I don't know. That was so beautiful.
Okay, so we got something different today. It's called panna cotta. It's like a sweetened condensed cream thing with gelatin. That was butchered. I don't know what it is. We looked it up. Shout out to the Wi-Fi, Medallion Net. Oh, it's sliding. It's kind of weird. It's like a Jello, like almost. I don't know. This is different. It's got some strawberry sauce. I think that's what that is. Strawberry sauce on top of it. So, kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie. Boom.
Is it like what we got on the first day?
Yeah, but I think it's like almond milk or something. It doesn't taste like coconut. I don't know. Try it and tell me what kind of. I can't say that I'm a big fan of this.
I haven't met him. I've dined and met him. He's very nice.
Anyways, I wouldn't. Yesterday's dessert was much better. This one's no good. Don't recommend this dessert. Panna cotta. Skip it.
Right.
Both of us disapprove of that one. We rarely ever have that happen today. We're gonna get Dad's opinion on this one. By the way, checked on it. It's soy milk.
Soy milk?
Yeah.
There's no taste.
I'm guessing that other part is strawberry.
There's no taste. It's okay. It's not no taste.
Okay, we got Uncle trying it now too.
I would chuck this right in the trash so fast. Chuck it in the garbage.
I got Cameron trying it too.
Isn't that good.
It's not that good. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just no taste.
So yeah, the dessert. I mean, I appreciate it. I really do. They always do their best to accommodate towards allergies, but sometimes it's a mix.
We told our server that thing was absolutely the worst thing we've ever eaten in our entire life. And he brought us some cherry sorbet. It looks really good.
What else are you gonna do?
That one actually might be one of the best sorbets. It's not sour, not too tart. I feel like even the raspberry one was kind of tart. And this one's sweet and has a pretty good flavor. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it because cherry typically tends to be a more tart fruit. This is really good. I'm so happy now.
So like that, dinner is done in the main dining room. Skagway was a phenomenal experience. It was slower a little bit today. I mean, we didn't spend a lot of time talking, though, I will be honest, but it's already almost 8 o'clock. 3-hour dinner experience. Oh my gosh, we're so full. Dessert, strike one, but we got it on the second one. Really, really happy about that. Can't believe the evening is starting to wind down. We're already getting closer to that end, which kind of sucks, but dinner, overall great experience all 4 evenings. We loved the main dining room. So good that we didn't even think we ever had to go to a specialty restaurant. Of course, we wanted to try it, but it wasn't necessary. We enjoyed it. All 4 nights were brilliant. Tonight, some of the best meals. Night 2, some of the best meals as well. So, I don't know, those menus were phenomenal. I'm glad that we experienced it, and I'm glad that we didn't go to specialty. We had
It's like
so much fun.
wooden leg.
But now I don't know what we're going to be doing. they're just gonna be having fun on this board, I suppose. So we've just been in the casino for the last, I don't know how long. We've been playing out just whatever money we had left out because we had to cash it out, but the line was ridiculous. But in the casino, we actually ended up seeing someone who won a jackpot, which is pretty spectacular, I think.
Big jackpot.
Yeah, he was sitting there. He got like super free games, which is, I guess, the thing. So he had like 251 free games. He ended up winning something along the line of like $2,000. And the
Over 2,000.
the slot attendants were just sitting there waiting for him to finish up, and that was kind of cool. We kind of watched and kind of were a part of the celebration. He wasn't actually too excited. Very calm for winning that much money. You never know how much money it took to get that much money, so you don't want to necessarily hunt for that stuff. But it was definitely really cool.
Yeah, I mean, he already, not including what he had won, already had almost $1,000 in his account, meaning that he was probably playing with upwards of $1,000.
That's true. You don't know. That's why I say you never know how much they've lost. But this is starting to mark the end of the cruise for us. We're gonna head back to the cabin, pack a little bit, get to sleep. We have an early morning tomorrow. We're gonna be off the ship, walk off express, 7:30 in the morning. Not looking forward to it, but Jan and I were talking, throughout the evening, like, what could we do next? Because we were talking about the next cruise. That's the best way. When you're getting off a cruise ship, we want to talk about the next cruise. And we're thinking about booking another Princess, hands down. Like, we enjoyed it so much. We will have a separate video where we do a full review on the app, the ship itself, Princess Cruise Lines, a lot of things. We have some opinions, a lot of good, a lot of bad. That'll be a separate video. Well, we're not going to close the vlog, so I guess we're just going to go to sleep. So check back with you tomorrow morning, when we're really tired still. It does not get better.
No, it does not.
Good morning. It is the final day. It is time to get off. I was about to intro this, but actually this is a continuation of the last video. We've docked. It's already 7 o'clock. We're actually going to head straight off. We woke up really late. Well, I'd say really late. I mean, we could have been fine if we weren't in a rush to get off today. So, really cool thing is we pulled in the port, and we're actually on the opposite side of that we pulled in last week. So, I guess 4 days ago. So we actually get a really nice view, which is really cool. Yeah. But it's really loud out there, so that's why we're not on the balcony. They're working, trying to get all the luggage off. They got to take it to the port, trying to take off all the old supplies and bring on new supplies. So it's really loud down there, and we can't record out there, which is unfortunate. But you need to take a look at a pretty cool B-roll shot of the view that we have right now. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, pretty much we're gonna be walking off our luggage. We are all packed. We've done our last-minute checks. I think we have everything.
I hope we have everything.
I hope so.
No, last cruise I went on, I left a whole bag of stuff. So.
So we hopefully found everything, but oh man, I am so tired.
All right, but we're really late, so let's go.
Elevators are being a little rough this morning, so we're gonna walk our luggage down to deck 7.
They've been really rough every morning.
But
The fact that we gotta walk our luggage downstairs and other people are doing it too sucks.
yeah, it does give you an idea of how bad it is.
Luckily, we only have to go 2 stories. That's the benefit of not being on the whole deck like Dad.
One last look at the beautiful piazza. It's so grand. It's weird. No one really seems to be in such a huge rush to get off at the moment. It's just kind of very calm. But there's actually 2 gangways. There's going to be one on that deck and one on that deck, which is kind of weird. We boarded on deck 6, but we're going to get off on deck 7 this time around. Maybe it's because we flop sides? I don't know. Princess has a few options when it comes to gangway. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, they have quite a variety of selections of where you want to get off. I'm so sad to be leaving, though. I finally got used to this ship.
Like I said last night, we are definitely already planning our next Princess cruise. You have to. You have to plan the next one. I think we're already ready to come back. It's so different. I mean, we enjoyed it a lot.
It's so elegant and just like mature and nice and relaxing. I've never actually relaxed on a cruise. I did this time.
Yes, we wish we had more time. 4 nights was not enough, but
No,
it
it
was
not.
significantly better than 3 nights, which I have been doing a lot of recently. So definitely better than those, but still not enough. I feel like you really truly need a week aboard Discovery Princess, which, in all fairness, they usually run 1 week down to the Mexican Riviera or 1 week cruises up in Alaska. So the odds are is that you probably will be on this cruise for a week, but we happen to find one of the 4 nights that we just squeeze in. Because it was a 4-night, best way to try it. A cruise you've never been on, and definitely we're glad that we did. We don't regret it at all. In fact, we want to book it again. In fact, we want to try another princess ship again because this has opened our eyes. The Medallion technology is just so unique and so different that it's worth coming aboard just for Medallion. I think.
It's had its greatness. I don't know. It's been pretty cool. But I think that we really need to get off, so we're gonna stop rambling on and walk off the ship.
Good morning.
Okay.
Sorry. Time to get off.
Yep. Let's go. Okay.
Everyone's walking.
Passports, right? Passports. Okay.
You need a passport? I think I left in the room.
Okay, let's go. That's fine. You can stay on board. Back to back.
Okay.
Okay.
You paying for it?
All right.
He said yes.
Alright, we're off. So sad.
I'm actually really sad.
Are you more sad than you thought you would be getting off? Like when before you got on the ship, did you think you were gonna be this sad?
Yes, because I knew I would have fun. I knew it was gonna be great. But like actually experiencing it is a little different because like now, like, I don't know. It's just like I know what I'm leaving behind. Before it was like I know I'm gonna be leaving behind something and a good time, but now it's like I know what I'm leaving behind and it sucks because I wish I could just stay aboard forever.
Alright, we are off this ship. We're through customs, which was actually really easy.
Oh my gosh, so easy.
They actually have scanners, which of course if they don't work, then don't rely on it, but we didn't even need to pull out our passports actually. There's a facial recognition iPad. You stand up, smile for the camera, and a nose.
No smiling.
Oh, yeah,
Passport
no
photo for your camera.
And then you're pretty much in. That's it. You're out quick. It worked really well, actually. I didn't recognize the system because we hadn't had it yet. We've never been lucky enough to have that service.
It was pretty cool though, because then like we didn't have to pull out the passport, which is so much more convenient, even though we pulled it out anyways.
Yeah. I wish they would have screamed at us a little earlier about no passports.
I know. And then if you do not upload your passport into the app or malfunctioned or something.
Or if you're on a birth certificate.
Yeah, then they have a desk you can go to.
Yes, like your traditional customs desk. But we're off. Goodbye, Discovery Princess. Diamond Princess is way off in the background, actually. 2 princess ships in port, and we're not getting on either of them. It's really sad.
It's tough to be us. Kidding you guys.
Well, I really appreciate you watching this video till the end. I hope you've stuck with us for the entire series. It would make sense. If you haven't seen any of the videos, there's a link down below to the playlist of all 4 or 5 episodes that we uploaded, and plus some of the ship tour and room tours that we did separately. If you haven't already, make sure to check out this video where I went on Navigator of the Seas, took my friend for the first time out of the port of Los Angeles, and I made him do literally everything for that cruise. Check that video out. Hope you enjoyed this series. As always, this isn't a goodbye, but just a see you real soon.